Hey, the muskrat. I didn't know if anybody was in here or not. Are you the only one in here, Roger? It's just me out here today. Yeah, I went out and, hey, Catfishing Dreams. I went out and bought a deer blind. So I'm sitting in a deer blind right now because we've got a lot of wind and it's very cold. It's 27 degrees, 15 to 20 mile an hour winds. This is the same place I fished the last time I was fishing live, and the river's up a lot. It's very, very fast current. But we're going to give it a try. You guys can see the tips of those poles okay? Yeah, it's a deer blind. I had a deer blind, but it got stolen, so I had to go buy another one. So it'll get multi-use. It'll get some catfishing use and some hunting use. You guys can probably see those poles better than I can because I've got to get the tripod directly in front of me. I guess I could try to move my chair around, but then I may not be able to read the chat. Getting my fat ass out of here if I get a bite. That could be interesting too. Hoot! How's it going, Hoot? You guys let me know if it starts to pixelate. I mean, I've got a decent signal. Hiking guy? It's just me. No, it's not always easy. That's right. Hey, Maurice. I don't even know. I've got 4-ounce sinkers on. I don't think that's enough to keep me in place. Hey, Becca. I didn't know the river was going to be up this much. Casual Girl Adventures, good morning. One of these days I'm going to be able to figure this Streamlabs out because every time I've went live it shows me there's 0 people in here. I can already see my lines are trying to cross from the current. I've got one of them out towards the main current, and the other one's kind of back up in the eddy. 6, okay. Mike Turner. There you go, Mike Turner. You should be a moderator now. Well, apparently not. I don't know. Is it showing up? Is it showing you as a moderator now? Because it doesn't show me. Cool. I'm going to sit here as long as the weather will allow. You guys are welcome to come and go as you please. I appreciate you stopping in at all. Maurice, it is 27 degrees and 15 to 20 mile an hour winds, so I'm setting in a deer blind that I just bought to try to block the wind off of me and off of you guys, because I know you don't want to sit there and listen to the wind. Hey, Eric. So I'm still having bait issues here in Indiana. Hang on, let's see. So you can listen to the wind. You shouldn't hear any wind. You're inside the blind with me. But having some bait issues. Any bait shop. I'm in central Indiana, so we're not around any major rivers or anything like that. Not without, you know, a 1 hour driving distance. But give a shout out to Haz, because I couldn't find any bait anywhere. And the weather's been so crappy, I can't get out, and all the lakes that are around me are all frozen over, so I can't get out and try to catch any bluegill. He recommended going to an Asian market and grab some carp, which I thought was a terrific idea. So I went to the Asian market, and they don't have any carp. So I told them I wanted the oiliest fish they had and the bloodiest fish they had that was still whole. So I ended up with some mackerel and some bonita. And I've never used either one of them. They're still partially frozen. Hey, 1 Ton. And Uncle Josh. So we've got Art and Uncle Josh. But we'll see how this works. I'm sure it'll take it. It's just partially frozen, so it'll take it a long time for it to really thaw out. I don't know how well it's going to stay on the hook once it thaws out, though. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Maurice. I hope it works. So somebody said something about not seeing anything. That hiking guy never works. Smelt, casual girl. I may try that next time if I have to. I'm hoping we can get some decent weather. I can get out and catch some bait. I've ordered a cast net, so hopefully I can find a place and get out with that cast net and get some bait, and I don't have to go buy it anymore. But I mean, I'm not opposed to buying bait as long as I know it works. Can you see now, Uncle Josh? No, I'm in a deer blind. Here, I'll take you guys outside and I'll show you where we're at. If I can do it without tearing everything up. This is the same place where I fished last time. Columbus, Indiana. Flat Rock River comes in right here. Driftwood River comes in right here, so they come together and everything flows back that way. And I think if you go down that way far enough, it actually turns into the East Fork of the White River. But the park, Mill Race Park, is back up there, and that's the deer blind I went and bought to keep the wind blocked. That's what we're doing. Man, it's I think it's like 10 degrees warmer inside this blind. So I'm going to stay in here. Get you guys back situated. That all right? Look good? Yeah, there would be a troll if you were here, hiking guy. Yeah, I don't want the fish to see me. That's right. No, I just want to be warm. And it's gusting 20 here at times. It's a little bit blocked since I'm down underneath this little overlook. Yeah, living under the bridge. I think this is, let's see, it's been about a week or so since I was down here fishing last, and I think the river's up about 5 feet since then. That's what I like to see, those links popping up there. I love it that you guys do that. There's, you know, I go to a lot of other live stuff that's not catfishing, and I've only seen one other channel do that, maybe two. And I just think it's great, the way everybody supports everybody. Hey, Sogo. And I figured you guys would rather stare at the poles in the water than me. The better half is at work. I took the day off. She's taking tomorrow off with me, but for some reason, she didn't want to take off today. So I actually took her to work. Then I came back home and bought this blind and got some stuff ready. I almost didn't come down here because of the wind, but I thought since I had this blind, I'd probably be all right. Michael Peterson, good morning. Plain old Chuck. Yep, you might see Bigfoot over there. Or the mill race monster. There is a story behind the mill race monster. It happened like back in the 70s. You guys can look that up if you want. It's Mill Race Park in Columbus, Indiana. And the mill race monster. All right, Catfishing Dreams, we'll see you. Who are you wanting to tell a story? Uh-oh. I think I just saw a bump on that first rod. It didn't look like current. That looked more like a bump. You're always being a kid, Josh, aren't you? Now look at this. My lines are completely crossed because of I'm assuming it's current. I may end up with a mess here in a while. Daughter and I had a gear test last night in the backyard, 27 in the wind. Made it through the night. Now warming by the fire. All right. Don't cross the stream. That's right. That's right, Josh. I agree. All right, guys, I'm going to go move at least one of these rods or I'm going to end up with a mess. Somebody's in charge. It's not a fish. Oh yeah, I've got a mess. The stick got both lines. That stick made a mess. Flat rock flatheads. We just had half a tree tangle up both of our lines. The official weight of that stick, that felt like a tree pounder. Every time I see flat rock flatheads, I think they live really close to me because I'm really close to a town called Flat Rock, but I know they live way up north. Mike Turner, do you ever sleep? Sunfish assassins. Three to 4 hours a day. Well, I'm off until Friday now, so I plan on doing some more fishing. I'm hoping the weather gets a little bit better. Mine's vacation, hiking guy. I mean, today and tomorrow are vacation. But I was already off Wednesday and Thursday. I work 7 out of 14 days. Yeah, I know. I'm ready for it. I'm hoping when it gets here I can find a nice warm place to put the rack and the tent on, because there's no way you're getting into my garage, and even if you could, it's not heated. Stay-at-home mom, that's probably the hardest job there is. Fortunately, we all have to. One day maybe we can all fish. Yeah, that'd be nice. Fish full time. Or do anything other than go to work. Brian's work garage. I know, I thought about asking Brian if we could do that. J-Dog. Oh, I'm excited too. I can't wait. Especially after our experience last weekend. That rooftop tent we order has a 3-inch, it's pretty high density memory foam type. So it ought to be pretty good at insulation too. Plus I think there's insulation inside the frame of that rooftop tent. So I don't think we'll have to worry about getting cold in that. Yeah, we're trying to decide if we want to spend money on a really nice oversized sleeping bag or just get some wool blankets to keep in there. Kind of leaning towards the wool blankets myself. Yeah, we'll be working. Or I'd come down there and mess with you, but I'll be anxious to see the video from that. I'm assuming you're going to make a video. Telly was saying she thought there was a one point, yeah, I was going to get down to like 10 or see maybe even 6 and maybe some more snow. 70 in the hot tent, yeah. Carlson Adventures. Look, there's some. Does anybody work? That would be nice. Be in the hot tent with some snow. Carlson must have known we were talking about him. Vacation day, Carlson. And tomorrow. Don't go back till Friday. I'm convinced that that hiking guy goes and subs and unsubs just to mess with him. And probably me too. I think there's about 3 different conversations going on. Yeah, both of us, yeah. All right, Sunfish, we'll probably still be here. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, Roger, is everybody just talks amongst themselves. I can just sit here and read and watch fishing poles. John's here. Unpaved Explorer, welcome. I didn't bring snacks. I had just finished eating before I left, and I ate way too much, so I just decided not to bring any snacks. I have to leave to go get my wife from work. I can't stay past 3 o'clock anyway, so I figure I'll be fine until then. Chunky's in the house. We've hit the big time now. Half Crazy Catfishing, welcome. I couldn't read that other name. Luca Bucca? Is that what that was? Did I say it right? Oh, it's going too fast for me now. Well, welcome, Luca Bucca. Two old vets, welcome. All you that are just coming in, you've missed nothing but a stick being caught. Your second catfish ever. Country boy. That was about a 3-pounder. Big enough to tangle both my lines. Stickjack. Great stick soup. I think we got somewhere around 3 or 4 inches, but we already had some because we had snow, then it rained, then it snowed again. It's nasty. The roads are ridiculous. I mean, the interstates are okay, but everything else is nasty. Yeah, I haven't fished this spot a lot. I just found it last year, and when it's nice weather and warm, you can't hardly fish down here. There's too many people, and they're in the river. They're not. I mean, there are some people I've seen fish here, but there's more people just down here playing in the water, and I figured there wouldn't be anybody down here when it's like this, so we'll give it a shot again. But the river's up a lot right now, so we've got a lot of current out there, and it's pushing us around a lot. The Bullock experience? When did you get here? You must have just came in. Yeah, it was a nice stick. See you later, hiking guy. I really don't know Unpaved Explorer. I don't ever mess with them. I mean, yeah, they're here. Indiana is where we're at. Around Columbus. About time for me to put my coat back on. I took it off, setting everything up. So I was starting to sweat a little bit. Now it's a little bit chilly again. Yeah, I'd like to seize that video, Chuck. Get John down there and get some fishing in. I like to eat crawfish. Just had crawfish tacos the other day. Delicious. Nope, the only thing we caught was a stick. Actually, I think the stick caught us. a little flooded out there, and I think it was probably going downstream and just caught both my lines. So much easier doing the lives, isn't it, Roger? You don't have to worry about the editing. Yeah, I've used them for bait in the warmer weather when they're soft. You get the soft crawls and use those, and we've always had good luck with those. I guess you could make a soup or something out of a stick, but probably wouldn't taste very good. Stand 3. I'll be watching for that video, Roger. Stand 3 in the house. Well, I'm trying to get used to it, John. It's getting a little easier. I still got a few little bugs, like, you know, I'm using Streamlabs, and I can see a little icon up there. It shows people and it says 0, but obviously there's people in here, so I don't know. And I've looked. I don't know if it's a setting I'm missing or what's going on, but I would like to be able to see how many people are in here when I look at my screen, and I don't know why it's not showing me that. 18, wow. Well, I appreciate each and every one of you. You know, I feel guilty. You guys all come in here and not catching any fish. But then I think back, oh, wait a minute. I've watched some 4- and 5-hour videos where they didn't catch anything. But I still enjoyed it. Listening and making breakfast. I enjoy watching the videos, and I mean, I get excited when you see that pole bend over. Just, you know, I mean, I'm sure it's not as excited as the person that's there for real, but it's fun to watch. I mean, you know, sit there for hours just waiting for that pole to bend over, just like you would in real life, I guess. So it looks like Roger just put something in chat, but I don't see it. I see his name, but I don't see anything next to his name. Like, did something happen there, Roger? I'll take 15. No, anything over 10 pounds goes back in. And I don't keep a lot of fish anyway. I mean, we love to eat catfish, and we keep, when we go bluegill, stuff like that, we'll always keep some to eat. But nope, anything 10 pounds and over gets turned back. Wet butt and hungry gut. I'm actually pretty warm sitting in this deer blind. It's blocking the wind, and I mean, I got my coat on now, but it's not zipped up. I'm pretty comfortable right now. This deer blind may start seeing a whole lot of fishing trips. Catfishing Dave song? Yeah, I could see that. THD doesn't like fishing. He's made that clear. I just don't think he has the patience. I don't know how you guys do these 5 and 6 hour streams. I don't have enough to talk about for that. Two stands. We're using, I had to go to the Asian market here in Columbus. I was wanting to get carp. They didn't have any. They didn't have any eel. So I ended up with whole mackerel and bonita. I've just cut them up for cut bait. I believe, well, the water's up right now, so it's probably pushing 20 feet out there for the most part. I think normally it's around 15 feet. JV Outdoors, no. The only thing we've caught so far is a stick. That's why Kevin sings. Well, I won't be singing. Columbus, Indiana, not Columbus, Ohio. Stick fish are delicious. Well, you can have them all. Michael Morello, no. Welcome, but no. Yes, it's it's burr. That's right. Not too bad in this deer blind though. It's blocking the wind. A lot of new people came in, so if any of you guys that just came in, if you want me to, I'll take the camera out and let you see where we're at. Just let me know if you want to see it. Hammocks. Used to take the J-Dog challenge. That I keep. What's the J-Dog challenge? No, no heater. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I remember that now. So, no. That's not going to happen either. Aussie style. Yeah, don't want the fish to see me. Lacey, I watched a few of your videos yesterday, and you are extremely talented. I was telling my wife about you. We have cut bait. Those lines are crossing again. Are you making a video on that? Well, I'm good. I'm glad the video looks good. Too much of the grabbing boat shows, yeah. Biting things in half. I bet, yeah, that would be tough, having the kids around and trying to make a video. Make them hold the camera. I figure if you guys get bored, you'll just come in and out and check back in. And Chunky's already got the light show. Maybe my wife can figure out something to keep you guys entertained. When the weather gets better, she'll come out. They are definitely a tough act to follow, that's for sure. Well, two stands were in Indiana. And I mean, you know, there's always a chance to catch a real nice flathead here, but typically around here you're just going to catch channel cats. But I mean, it's not unusual to have, you know, 10 to 15 pound channels, but most of them are going to be your eater size channels. But this is I'll take you guys outside so you can see again. But when the river's not up like it is right now, this looks very, very good for flathead. All right, so let's start over here. That's Driftwood River, and that's Flat Rock River. And they come together, and then they flow south that way. And if I'm not mistaken, once you get down that way a ways, it turns in, I think they call it the East Fork of the White River. But this is where we're at. It's a big sandbar right here that we're fishing off of. It's pretty shallow over there, that flat part of the flat rock coming in, and then as they converge right there, it starts to drop off into some deeper water. It's just, there's so much current over there right now. There's no way I'd keep my baits over there, so we've got them cast back over here where it's a little eddy going on. Yeah, same spot as the other live. It's just water's about 4 or 5 foot higher. No, Carlson, caught nothing. Just that stick over there on the ground. So you can go back to work. Yeah, I would much rather be out on my kayak right now, but I'm not going to put the kayak out in this, not on this river at the, you know, with it up like this. It's just way too much current. But we usually go down to Monroe Reservoir. We love to go down there on our kayaks, and I suspend drift fish for catfish, and we do bass fishing. But I'm partial to catfishing, so that's what I like to do the most. But I do enjoy bass fishing. We will go pan fishing, and you know, usually when we're doing that, it's because I need bait. But we do keep them occasionally too and eat them. All right, back where it's a little bit warmer. How's that, guys? Is that all right? Catfish headhunters. Get a kayak, you can fish for everything in it. I think Stand 3 will tell you, catching a catfish, I mean, I always tell everybody, you know, add 5 to 10 pounds to whatever you're catching in a kayak, because they'll just tow you everywhere. It's so much fun. And then when you're suspend fishing in a kayak, and even a small channel cat, when they hit it, man, they hit it like a tank. That is definitely my favorite way to fish. I'll be right back, guys. I got somebody walking around out here. How are you doing? Oh, good. Good. How's fishing going? Not so good. Yeah, it's going to be slow. If we get anything at all, we're going to have to spend some time out here. That's why I brought that. Keep the wind off of me. Good idea. Have a good day. You too. Day hiker. Sightseer. Screen on my phone just got really dark. I may check that out, Lacey. My favorite hiking channel besides yours. Well, I guess it'd have to be mine if we go hiking. Dan Becker. Your backup channel. Now you're a backup, or you're a moderator twice. All right, we'll try to catch one. Dan Becker does a hike. That's why I said that. I think most people have multiple YouTube channels. I think I have 3, but this is the only one I do anything on. I have a lot of bait problems here in Indiana, so I had to go to the Asian market, but we're using mackerel and bonita. So I got the oiliest fish I could find and the bloodiest one I could find at the Asian market, and that's what we're using. I have never used them before. But the bait shops around where I live, even in the summertime, it's hard to find shad or skipjack or anything, so I've ordered a cast net. You got one you can barely keep going. Yeah, well, I mean, now that I'm making videos and stuff, this is the only one that I do anything on. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to chicken liver. I just, you know, I've caught a lot of fish on Chris Flores's chicken liver chum bait. I mean, it works. But, you know, my wife doesn't like me using the blender for that. So I guess maybe I should just go buy a cheap blender and keep it around just to make chicken liver chum bait with. Catfish Heroes, I mean, it's fishing, it's not catching yet. I use live bait when I can get it, especially when we're in the kayak. This time of year, it's just not places I normally go and catch bluegill and crappie and everything. It's all frozen over. I'm gonna have to find some rivers and streams that are closer to the house that I can get into easy and go down there and catch some bait. It's pretty peaceful. I mean, it's part of a park. It's called Mill Race Park in Columbus, Indiana, but we're all the way at the end of the park. There's a little overlook people walk out on, but It's pretty peaceful. You should go deer hunting. Have you been deer hunting? Or are you talking about just going today? My favorite way to catch bluegill are those little, Berkeley minnows. They're only like an inch long with a 1/64 ounce jig head. I mean, everything will eat those. We've caught bass on them, we've caught catfish on them, but bluegill and crappie love them. The Berkeley gulp minnows, they come in a little jar with some liquid in them. They're only like 1 inch long. Snipe hunting. That is definitely old school. That's a long time since I've heard that. Cow tipping. Well, that's about as old as snipe hunting, I think. We'll see you, John. Thanks for stopping in. I've got that same problem, country boy. I like to eat and watch YouTube too much. Well, this current's got us all crossed up again. Let me go check them. The river's coming up. It's gotten higher since I've been here. It's almost up to the butts of my rod. Might have to keep an eye on that. My pole holder's in the water. It was not in the water when I got here. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on that. Do a weight loss tournament, I would lose. I would participate, but I'd lose. I'm thinking the depth's right around 15 or 20 feet out there. The tide is coming in. That's right, they're tree pounders. This is only the third time I've fished here, and I haven't caught anything. Well, I take that back. I caught some last summer when we were here. We caught one or two, but it's a better spot than a one or two fish spot. It's just you're gonna have to put some time in here. Ribs and brisket. Yeah, I've definitely got to keep an eye on the water level, because it could come up behind me too, and I would never know it. Back to work, Carlson. There's about a half a tree going down river. Some people enjoy that remodeling. I'm not one of them. Oh, it's going too fast. I can't read it. Okay, casual girl. I could probably tear stuff up. I'm trying to get her twinkle back. Doing it for your sister, that's pretty nice of you. All right, Kelly. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Fishing with Big Mike. Welcome. We are watching the water take over my fishing poles and not catching anything. When I got here, my pole holder was not in the water. So the river's still coming up. That was a lot of fun watching that last night. I enjoyed that. Yeah, that last one, it was, you guys were neck and neck on that. All right, Mike. Anybody else plan on doing any fishing today or tomorrow? Well, we had, Mike, we had about 2 or 3 inches. I think we got that on Sunday. What is today? Monday? So yeah, Saturday night we got like almost 3 inches, and then yesterday it rained and sleet all day, and then turned into snow last night, and we got about another 3 inches. I would say we probably have about 4 inches on the ground right here in Indiana where I'm at. It's 27 degrees. It's 27 degrees and about 15 to 20 mile an hour winds. So I bought a deer blind to bring out today. That's what we're doing, setting in this deer blind. So you guys don't have to listen to the wind and I don't freeze to death. I think most of the country got hit with some weather, didn't they? Seemed like everybody I was watching was fishing in some pretty bad weather, or not fishing because of the weather. Pete's Whiskers. We were just talking about you. We really enjoyed that last night. Thanks for stopping in. It's pretty cold, Pete. Like the Postal Service, that's right. This is the first year I've really fished in the winter, though. And I got to thank you guys for that, because, you know, I was just kind of like, you're not going to catch anything out there in the wintertime, but I started getting on YouTube and watching you guys, and I was like, holy crap, man, I'm missing some good fishing. That's right, everybody get in there and sub on Pete. Muskrat wash hands. How's your weather, Pete? I bet it's better than ours. Yeah, I've been, well, at least on my lives, I've came out and got skunked, but I'm still going to keep coming out here. And if you guys keep watching, that makes it even better. Yeah, that was awesome too, what they did for Robbie. My third sub or Pete's third sub? Hot, hot, hot. I figured. You forgot which channel you were on? Yeah, they got stuff over there that'll eat you. I wish I could find some skipjack. I can't get it around me anywhere. Okay, he was Pete's third sub. That's cool. Yeah, he was fast. Robbie was real fast. I was kind of thinking he may win that whole thing the way he started out. I'm sure tying that paracord wasn't easy. I bet untying it was probably just as bad. You didn't know what you're up against. Oh, it's some kid. He ain't. Oh no! Look how fast he is. J Dog come back. Hey Jack. You'd like to do that in shallow water. Oh yeah, you could tell he was wanting to win that reel. How you feeling, Jack? Your back getting any better? Chesapeake Bay, welcome. Okay, I thought you had went out for a second. There's been some people leaving and coming back. I sure would like to catch something besides a stick. I figured untying those probably wasn't very easy. I got a feeling, Stan, that's going to be, it's going to get bigger. I think there's going to be a lot more people, bigger brackets. I made a comment in there last night. I don't know how many people saw it, but I was like, it's going to be, instead of March Madness, it's going to be like February Notness or something like that. I can see that getting pretty big. That was good of Palmetto to organize all that too, because you know I'm sure that took a lot of his time prepping all that. Hammocks, I have a sweet hammock set up with under quilt and tarp, and I just never got a chance to get up, set it up, and try it out in the field. Well, I'm telling you, you get out there with that hammock. If you enjoy camping and you want to be comfortable and warm, and you get a good hammock and some good top quilt and a good under quilt, you are going to love that hammock. I'm going to have to relocate that pole holder, I think. I'm just about got my poles completely in the water. We don't get to use our hammocks as much as we like. We love all kinds of camping. Gotta go. All right. News, steering cable. Good luck. All right. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping in, hanging out. But yeah, we don't get to use our hammocks as much as we like. I mean, they definitely go with us when we go backpacking. And if we know, like we go down Hoosier National, and there's some places down there that we go camping that we like. We know we can take the hammocks there, but we're getting a rooftop tent, and I know we're going to like that. We just love camping. We love being outdoors. But hammocks are awesome. There's really good channels out there too. Teach you everything you'll ever need to know about a hammock. One of them is Shug. I think his whole channel name may be Shug Emery, but SHUG. He's a big name in the hammock community, so if you want to look him up, you'll learn anything you ever wanted to know about hammocks. All right, guys, I'm going to go relocate these poles, get them out of the water. I'm setting in a hunting blind to keep the wind off of me and you. Well, we're all tangled up again. So much debris going down here. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. Lots of debris going down the river. It just keeps tangling us up.
Can you guys see that? Shake your head if you can.
Whisker bowl. That water's cold. Pulling all those leaves off that line, those lines. It's cold. Elbow cough. I thought it was shake it like a Polaroid picture. I think that's current on that pole right there. If you guys can see that moving. A dab. I don't know where they come up with some of these names. Yeah, it's flooded. It is definitely up much more than it was last time I was here. We can bring you guys down here, Jack. It's really nice here when it's water's at normal level and the weather's warmer. I'm glad your back's doing better. Peace City, welcome. Yeah, that white pole's been bouncing around. I think it's the current, I believe. That's an ugly stick. It's not. It's just a medium heavy, so it's pretty flexible. There's a lot of current out there. I think it's just the current pulling on it. There's so much debris moving down the river, I can't keep it off my lines. Indiana. Right now I'm fishing in Columbus, Indiana. and I live just a little north of Columbus. I'm only about 20 minutes from home right now. Yeah, I found an Asian market, but they didn't have carp and they didn't have eel. I had to end up getting, oh crap, mackerel and, what did I say, guys? What was the other one? Bonita. I got the oiliest fish they had and the bloodiest one that were still whole and frozen. Never used either one. I know Bonita's good. I just don't know if it's good in Indiana. I mean, I wouldn't imagine. I guess catfish don't care. They don't know it's not from here. As long as it smells good to them, they ought to eat it. I was a little worried about how well they'd both stay on the hook, but they seem to be just as good as skipjack staying on the hook, both of them. Who are you going to fish with, Stand 3? I didn't see any mullet. I'm gonna have to go. Oh, 1 ton. Okay. I'm gonna have to probably go to Indianapolis and find a good Asian market up there somewhere that has, just like, you know, what you said, perch and white bass and carp, so that when I can't get my hands on it myself, I'll have a place to pick it up. Because our bait shops around here don't carry things like that. I mean, I have to go down to Bloomington, which is an hour drive, to find any skipjack, and they don't have it now. I don't think there's a whole lot of people in Indiana that do wintertime catfishing, and bait shops just don't, they don't stock it in the wintertime. I've used gizzards, Big Mike. I'd much rather use cut bait than, you know what, that line just moved all the way over here. It almost kind of makes me think, well, I guess we'll find out. If that pole bends over, we know it's a fish. There's some places where there's skipjack around. No place close to me. I have to travel to get skipjack. I normally use shad and bluegill, river chubs, anything like that I can get my hands on. I've ordered a cast net. That's gonna help me out a lot. As soon as I get that cast net and find a place where I can catch some bait, I shouldn't have this problem anymore. Just got to get brave enough to throw it out of my kayak. Yeah, I know, that's what I figured. And they're not getting any bait anywhere because nobody's out getting it for them. Yeah, I figured in the winter, even with the cast net, it's still going to be tough. Yeah, the gizzard shad. Oh, you meant gizzard shad, not chicken gizzards. Okay. I'm with you now. All right, P City, thanks for stopping in. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. The water's coming up to that pole holder again already. I'm running out of real estate. I may come back down here, base stores, buy gizzard shad and skipjack from people around here for $1 a piece and sell them for $8 a piece. Yeah, I believe that. I may come back here. Well, I don't know if it's still coming up. I may not be able to come back here tomorrow. I may have to find a different place to go for tomorrow because I wanted to come out tomorrow too. I may have to try to go down to Monroe Reservoir or something and find a place that's not iced over. This current's killing me. I don't have enough weight on right now to keep them in place. Where are you at, Mike? I don't remember where you're at. Yeah, need some planing boards. If I end up having to come back here tomorrow, I'm going to make sure I've got some bigger sinkers on there. Because I think those are only 4 ounce, all I got on there right now. I wasn't thinking about the river being up. I mean, we had some rain. We had mostly snow. We didn't have all that much rain, but I think what rain we did have melted that snow, and now it's coming up. I don't even know if I'll be able to get back in here tomorrow with the way it's coming up now. This whole thing may be underwater tomorrow. I've never seen them used from the bank. All right, I got these lines crossed again. Let me go fix them.
That would actually look like it had been chewed on a little bit. That might have been a fish picked it up and drug it over there.
Can you guys see the tip on that white pole I just put back out there? Two Old Vets is back. Martinsville. We have a Martinsville here in Indiana. You're in Ohio, aren't you, Two Old Vets? I think you, if I remember right. Maybe I'm wrong. Virginia, okay. Remember, one of the problems I had here in the warmer months were turtles. I was plagued with turtles here too. Virginia boys. I think we might just have one playing with that white pole. It might be current, I don't know.
I think I got a whole family behind me.
So if you guys hear a bunch of people, it's some people came down out of the park behind me or playing in the snow. Two hours in and nothing. I guess it's still better than a day at work. I'd much rather be sitting here. You guys ever have any issues with turtles in the cold weather? That's one of the biggest issues I have in a lot of the places when we go catfishing is turtles. Now when I'm in the kayak suspending, I don't have as much issue with turtles. I've still caught turtles that way, but not nearly as much as when I'm fishing from the bank and got it laying on bottom. I'm going to start working on a rig for the kayak to where I can live stream from the kayak, and I think I may be able to, because we've got those pedal drive kayaks, and I may be able to rig something up where it sticks up off the top of the pedal drive and the pedals will clear my phone, and I'll still be able to read the chat from there, but I may have to put my poles behind me so you guys will be able to see them, because if I keep them where I currently have the rod holders mounted, you guys wouldn't be able to see the poles at all. But I'll get something figured out. Still just the one stick. Lots of other debris getting in our line. The river keeps coming up. I've had to move my poles back, and now my pole holder's in the water again. I'm running out of real estate. The water is coming up on me. No, last time I checked that ugly stick, it looked like something had chewed on it a little bit, but it'll bounce around once in a while. That ugly stick will, but I'm thinking it's current. I don't know. There may be something small down there. We'll give it another half hour, see what we do, how we do, and with this water, it keeps coming up. I'm not going to stay here much longer. I'll have to find a different place to go tomorrow. Hey THG, do you remember what kind of signal we get down there at Monroe? Did you get a very good signal while you were down there? I may go down there and try fishing somewhere. I don't know if I'll be able to stream from there or not. Yeah, we're with Verizon. AT&T doesn't work at my house, so we had to switch to Verizon. I was thinking when we were camping down there a couple weekends ago, I wasn't getting a very good signal at all, but I think if I go to Allen's Creek, I think I do get a pretty decent signal at Allen's Creek. I guess worst case scenario, if I go down to Allen's Creek and I can't live stream, I'll just make a video. Three bars at Paintown. See, I didn't think I had a very good signal at all at Paintown. Yeah, it's easier this way. I think that's how I may do a lot of my fishing, do live stream fishing, and then the backpacking, camping stuff, just do the videos on that. Then I want to figure out why this doesn't show me how many people are in here. Actual signal. Yeah, I thought about doing something using the phone as a hotspot. See, I want to rig something up on the kayak, and I was thinking I could mount my phone anywhere, and then if I had a hotspot, I could bring a tablet or something and just use the tablet to read the chat. Thought about something like that, but I don't know. I mean, I'll figure something out. I got to figure out how this Streamlabs works and why it's not showing me how many people are here. I've got the Hero 9. I'm going to have to look into that about going live with the Hero 9. Because that'd be all right on the kayak. I could put the 9 up front and you guys would be able to see everything. I'll have to look into that, THG. I'm sure I can find something on YouTube about it. I'm just going to give us a few more minutes and call it quits because 9 connects to live. How? Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that myself too, old vets. I think I do remember seeing something in the settings, but I'll have to watch YouTube. So, oh, through the phone. Okay, yeah, I think the settings in your phone, if I remember right, you can go live. Or maybe I'll play around with that when I get home. Is that using a hotspot or is it a Bluetooth with the phone and the 9? Okay. I will definitely be looking into that. THG's the man. Hey, Roger. Do not sub THG. He's dumb. He's not dumb. He's a smart ass. Oh, I mean, he's a smart guy. Phone data won't allow the bandwidth. Not really doing any better. I think 1080 is fine for streaming, for live streams. You guys are starting to get technical. I'm technologically challenged, you know that. Too tired for techno. Mike Turner never sleeps. Is Big Mike even still in here? I bet he's not going to sell that reel. I think he was wanting that reel pretty bad. See you later, THG. Yeah, Big Mike ain't selling that reel. He wanted that reel. I don't know if that would have made it any better, to be honest. But you would know more than me because I wasn't the one tying the knot, so. I just want to see you guys get out there and catch some catfish on those hooks now. You gonna be live Friday? Okay, are you gonna be live Saturday? Oh, the Whisker Bowl. That's right. Yeah. I have to work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so I'll be in and out of all those. We're gonna have to go to each individual channel too. Is that correct? All right, I thought that was the way it was going to work. She excited about that, Mike? Getting that reel? She knows that you're giving it to her? Yeah, I think maybe that's something they'll do in the future. They could have a kids bracket and an adults bracket. Then we could get a bunch of channels to pitch in for that kids bracket and give them some really good stuff. You were nervous because you were on TV. You were on the internet. Stage fright. M.R. Duggar. We're catching nothing. The river keeps coming up. I got to keep moving my poles. My pole holder's underwater again. We won't be here much longer. The river's going to run us out. Yeah, the water keeps coming up. I'm not going to be here much longer. With Isaac Pyle. I am at Millrace Park in Columbus. I'm anxious to go back and look at that myself, Chunky, when I go back home and rewatch it. I mean, I would say it's came up a few feet anyway. It's going to drive us out of here pretty soon, I know that. Dan?
I do believe we got a bunch of debris built up on that ugly stick again. That one almost made me stand up. I thought it was going to keep bending over. Chunky's still in here? Chunky's in the whisker bowl, isn't he? Oh, my chat's behind. All right, Chunky, I'll take you outside. All right, that's the Driftwood River there. Flat Rock River over here. That's where they come together. We're at a park in Columbus, Indiana. It's called Mill Race Park. There's just a big sandbar out here. The park's up there. That's just a little overlook. There's a big sandbar here. Everything over there is real shallow. So not much use trying to go over there and do any fishing. It's just real shallow. But we're right over here where my chat's not updating. But right over here where the rivers come together, it gets real deep. And there's a real nice eddy right in here. I mean, it's a good spot. I know it is. You just got to be here at the right time. And then I went and bought that hunting blind this morning so I could keep the wind off of me. Why isn't my chat updating? I got to keep scrolling to get it. But yep, that's where we're at. And the water has came up quite a bit since we got here, so it's going to be driving us out of here real soon. Well, I like this spot, Chunky. It's I know it's going to be a good spot. I think it's going to be really good for flatheads. I haven't fished it a lot. I just found it last year.
Yeah, it flooded. It definitely gets really, the water gets really high here. This whole park floods. Well, I've done something and my chat won't. I got to keep scrolling on my chat. It won't update for me. I'm going to be ending it here real soon anyway, guys. That water keeps coming up, and I don't want to stay here too long and end up getting wet. Yeah, that's a good idea. I could put some lights on the blind, I guess, because it does block the wind pretty good. I want to thank everybody for stopping in. I'm going to go ahead and end it. I'll get home and change my clothes and everything. I got to go pick the wife up from work here in a little while. But I really appreciate everybody stopping in. We've been here for 2.5 hours. And somebody's texting me, so sorry about that. But I'm going to end it. Thanks again, everybody, for stopping in and checking us out. And I enjoyed the chat. And I love this catfish community a lot. Everybody's so nice, and the backpacking community too. But I just can't say enough about it. So thanks again for stopping in, and I'm gonna end it now. See you guys later.